Yesterday, I was exposed to a really, really loud sound. And it was so loud, in fact, that I felt the sound like reverberating like through my head, like in my jaw. I'll tell you the whole story about it, and I'll tell you kind of what happened after that and how I'm dealing with that. So, in the country that I'm in, I ride a motorbike. I drive a motorbike, and I have a helmet on. I always wear my helmet, but I don't wear any earplugs. I used to when I first got here. When I first came here, it was months and months and months ago, when I was still kind of like, I started like that subconscious fear of my ears and all of that. I did wear hearing protection when driving around because it's really loud. There's tricycles, or basically just like motorbikes. Some of them don't even have mufflers. Some of the mufflers are falling off. And the horns, some of them are really loud, and it's not really the volume, but it's the frequency of it. This horn specifically, that so I was riding my bike, just riding it, and it was like a truck, and those horns are the loudest, but it was coming, like it was driving the other way, and it was like right in front of me. It just like hit me, and I was like, ah. It was definitely painful. Like, it was definitely, I think, I don't know if it was over 100 decibels. I didn't have a decibel meter, so I couldn't speculate, but it was loud enough that I felt it in my head, and I felt the energy of the ringing for a few minutes afterwards. And then what happened next? Classic. My mind started going, oh no, what if we relapse? What if we have to habituate all over again? What if this turns into hyperacusis again? What if this turns into reactive tinnitus again? All of the worst case scenario thinking. And I notice it as I'm still driving. I notice these thoughts. I notice my mind start to kind of go there, and I just observe them. I just practice what I teach. I just observe them. I say, we'll see if that happens, but I just observed the thoughts, and that experience lasted for maybe a few minutes, and the thoughts died down. And I went about my day, had a beautiful day, went out, I'll post pictures of the night, but it was a party last night, went out to the party, had some ice cream, and it was like a festival, and it was really loud too. There was music blaring, and like, but all that to say, I think I'm gonna get another set of earplugs. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put them when I'm riding in my motorbike, because I don't want to overuse earplugs. But I think to have them handy when I'm at parties or festivals, because I don't know here if they monitor sound levels, and I don't mean to be sounding like that guy, but I think anything over it's like 80, 86 or something can cause hearing damage pretty quick. So for me, I just want to be mindful of that, especially since most of my life I have not practiced safe listening. I'm definitely making up for it now. So, let's say things are going to happen, and when you take the earplugs out, and when you get back to living life, yeah, you might be introduced into some loud sounds, and you can't prevent any of them, because the world is a very noisy place. The world is loud. It just is. And you want to travel, you might end up in some countries that are a bit louder than other countries. I found Japan to be a very quiet country out of all the countries. I think Japan is probably the quietest country I've been to. I don't know. That's kind of a random thought, but anyway, that's how you handle being exposed to loud noises. Is when you notice your mind start to spiral, just observe the thoughts. Let the thoughts die out. Don't feed them. Let the thoughts die out. And the funny thing is because you're not feeding these thoughts, your nervous system isn't going to go into fight or flight. You see? When you feed the thoughts, that's what puts your nervous system into fight or flight. A nervous system being put into fight or flight, That's what creates the hyperacusis. That's what creates the reactive tinnitus. It's not actually the sound. I was exposed to a situation in a sound that was loud enough to probably throw me back into reactive tinnitus or hyperacusis. Had I allowed my thoughts to push me into fight or flight, but I stopped it. I saw it, and I know I have the skills and the experience to stop the thoughts and to keep myself into rest and digest. It keeps my mind from not focusing on the sensations of tinnitus, and it keeps me in habituation. And that's really how you stay in habituation. That's how you get there, and that's how you stay there, by seeing your thoughts and not letting yourself get swept into them. It's like standing in front of a 20-lane car highway with cars flying everywhere, and you're standing there and you don't let yourself get swept into the cars. In fact, you sit there until the cars come to a stop and you're able to walk safely through the 20-lane highway. You get good enough at this stuff, you can start controlling the traffic. That's right, you can say, I don't want racing thoughts today. You can return to that centered peace, and you can have no thoughts, and you can just be sitting in the present moment. And that's the beautiful thing. That's what the power of this stuff that I teach is, because you can habituate, you can return to silence, and you can stay habituated, even if you're exposed to loud sounds. I hope this video helped. Make sure to share it with someone that's dealing with tinnitus. We need to get this hope and get this treatment to them. If you're curious about a 60-minute session, you can book with me. Hit the link below. I would love to help you return to silence. And until next time, I really appreciate the comments. I love the good discussion. I'll talk to you later. Peace.